You know, I have to say, there is a certain peace and serenity to just, you know, mining underground. It's like a nice way to sort of just take your mind off of things and get a little break. And you get resources, which is nice. Ooh, diamonds. This is my lucky day. Has he noticed me? He has definitely noticed me. Run, 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 run. I hate sand. I hate sand with the fury and passion of 1,000 suns. However, as you probably saw in that very, very speedy time lapse, we are virtually done. The only thing that remains, which is this box here, is the conduit, which I've left up because I still need to place all the stone on the outside here, which is one of the things we are going to be doing in this episode briefly. But yeah, that is pretty much it. We have dug out all of this, and I'm sure you're wondering, I know Em was wondering, how much sand has I? You see, this is what happens when you place this amount of sand, you lose the ability to English. So how many sand has I put on? How many sand? 100,253 sand. 88,000 placed, 100,000 picked up. So 100,000 blocks of sand, 12,000 sponges, and 100,000 sand. That's a lot of sand. It's a lot of sponges and it's a lot of sand. But it's gonna be very little in comparison to what happens when we get to dig this place out. Because in today's episode, I'm actually going to show you a little sneak peek of what this is going to look when it's done. But that is going to have to wait, because you see, in the bajillion days, hours and weeks I've spent draining all the sand out of this place, we have been missing out a lot. So one of the things we really need to do is to get back to up to speed. And the first thing we need to do is kind of borderline hilariously awkward. Not awkward in the sort of like cringe sense, but there's a thing I've sort of been procrastinating on that is borderline ridiculous. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the land Fally was desperately filling shulkers with sand. The stockings were hung at the big Christmas tree that Fally was anxiously waiting to see. His server mates nestled all snug in their bed. The sponges were getting to poor Fally's head. Alas, after many a sleepless night, Fally could yell, not a drop of water in sight. He grabbed all his rockets and flew over yonder. What did Santa leave Fally then? He silently pondered. As he landed softly in the snow on the ground, he noted the air had not a single sound. Where is everyone? Where did everyone go? Am I late? Am I early? Am I missing the show? Then out of thin air a voice suddenly barged. Fally, you absolute bollock, it's March. But we are here, and we have made it to the Christmas tree, and I was told ages ago that apparently there is something somewhere here with Fally's name on it. So why don't I look for that, and I'll get back to you when I find it. Ooh, don't mind if I do. And I think, let me check. Ooh, Tufali. Ooh. Oh my god. Oh. Unbreaking, mending. Oh, at the end. Oh, this is awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. Oh, I should have come here ages ago. I wouldn't have had to fly to spawn every time I needed an ender chest. Oh, I need to curse for a bit now. But that is amazing. Thank you. Praise levitating plant pot. You have served your purpose well. Tufali. Is this log also mine? Oh, is this like a Yule log? Or is like this entire thing here mine? This is amazing. Wow. But yeah, this is such a cool place. And ooh, that gift is really going to come in handy. So thank you very, very much, everyone. As I said in episode 1, the welcome to the server has been absolutely amazing, and I kind of feel bad for not going here and picking that up 3 months ago. I could have saved so many diamonds, and I could have saved so much time. Then again, it is very on brand for me to be a tremendous bellend. Speaking of, hello, Nyom. The Nyom has gone. Where did the Nyom go? I see the Nyom. Nyom. Hello.
Hi.
Why are you naked?
I am not naked. I've got swimming trunks on.
It's Christmas. It's snowy.
It is March, and it is spring break stream day.
Oh, right. Maybe I should wear like a bathrobe instead of my lumberjack outfit or something.
I think if you wear a bathrobe, I think that has different implications. For some reason, wearing a bathrobe is worse than wearing nothing.
Really?
I think so, yeah.
Boom. There we go. Bathrobe. Spring break. Let's go. But yes, as Rusty so casually mentioned while flying naked by us, today is actually not just any day. Today is the first day of the Autocraft stream weekend. That is being done for Spring Bake, which is when we bake things with springs in it. There's also something called Spring Break, which is where you take a break because it's spring. I think that's too long. I think this is where we need to go maybe. Is it? Spawn. Yes. No, wait. Spawn. We're not... Ow. Not going to spawn. I am useless. Anyway, we are doing a Spring Break stream weekend. Try saying that 3 times fast. And I don't know where I'm going. Where am I going? I am going this way. And for that, I have decided I want to get started on some of the things that I'm doing over at my base. Because right now it is 8:30 and my slot is in 30 minutes. So I really need to get ready to do some things because I'm about to be live, y'all, and I need to be entertaining. And getting back here, I think a good thing to start with would be... Hello, Fally. I see you have moved and started to create your mega base. We'll see if it passes the test. Secret admirer. Okay, well, that's probably not going to end well, but it's going to be nice to have something for the season finale. So yeah, so this is... I don't really know where to start, if I'm going to be perfectly honest, because we have multiple things to do. We need to finish that wall, but to finish that wall, we need more stone. And a nice and simple way to get stone is to just start, you know, tearing this away. So I think a good place to start would be to just, first of all, mend our tools, which we can easily do down at the spider farm. And then we need to find a place to start digging. But there is one thing we actually need to do before we start digging that I've sort of been postponing. And that is, this cozy little hole here just won't do anymore. We need a bigger space, and we need that bigger space at least partially before we start work, because we need a place to store all the materials that we're going to be getting from this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to head over to the single player world, and I'm going to very quickly see if there's any way I can cheat a little bit on the base part of this build. Well then, you join me here on my single player copy of the Autocraft Season 3 world, and in front of me is the base I'm going to be building. So this is the Autocraft Season 3 seed with the exact location where I've been building. In fact, I used a blueprint of this, a litematic or schematic, to construct this wall. And the next part, of course, now is going to be digging straight down into the ancient city that we did visit previously. But before we do that, as I said, we need to find a place to start putting our base. And that's where we get into the bit that I haven't really planned. And that is where I'm putting the various things. Now, I have a rough idea that I'm not going to go into detail about. But over here is where our little hole is, like right in here. That's where we dug in the very early hours of episode 1, and I'm thinking I want to keep maybe this area here as my base. So basically from here I'll look over all of it, and the main sort of base part is going to be in here. And if I hop into spectator mode, that places us pretty much directly in line with the cave that we've already been to. So I'm thinking basically where the hole is, the little hole is, which is 1543, 848, but dig down to about, I'm going to set about Y32. So if we can get down to Y32, basically on the lip here, then we'll be all set, and we can dig in from there, and we can start making a little bit of the beginnings of a base. And ooh, I am invisible. Plonk. Hello. And we need that for a reason. And the reason is that once we start digging all of this out, we're going to need somewhere to put all the materials. And this, although it's been very nice, very comfortable, and has saved my life a couple of times, this little hole here just isn't going to cut it anymore. But based on this positioning, in fact, if I go back out, you can sort of see the terrain, how it lines up with what I showed you on the single player world. What we need to do is basically go down and get started on what is going to eventually become a pretty crucial part of our base. Because once we have that set up and we have somewhere to offload all the things that we are going to be getting, then we can actually start digging all the way down to the ancient city. Well, okay then, a couple of days have passed, and as you can probably tell from the time lapses, we have been making some progress. So now we have, dare I say, the beginnings of a little home away from home. So we have dug into the mountainside or cliffside, call it whatever you want, where we are going to be digging out, and we have been doing some work trying to make the place look pretty. So up here we have a nice little miniature farm with the water coming in here. We take the stairs down, you get to a nice little water feature that we put in, even has axolotls in it. And here is going to be some storage with some more storage over here. Here, some brewing, what's it called, a brewing setup, brewing stands, some nether wart. And yeah, the plan is sort of for this floor here to have everything you need in order to just sort of go on with your daily life. So we've also moved the portal down here, but most importantly for what we're doing right now, we have started putting in this bit here. So right now this is just a bunch of stone and chests, but all this stone is basically just doubling for redstone components, because this is going to be, for those of you who've watched my videos before, the traditional storage system. And it's not very big. Usually I go way too big with the storage system, so this time I have prioritized putting up this section, which is then going to be connected to that section over here, with this area here being dedicated to bulk storage. And the reason I've done this already, and I know what you're thinking, Fally, you have a pretty big hole to dig out here. Well, when I dig out all of that, I'm going to get a ton of materials, and I need somewhere to put that. So I figured, why not just do the storage system straight away, and we can put all the stone, the sand, the gravel, and the deep slate, and everything we get from that dig straight into storage right away. But to do that, we need redstone components, and well, stone isn't going to really cut it for redstone components. But as you can probably see on my hotbar, I went into the mines below, and I did a little bit of mining, and I got out of there with 39 diamonds, which is hopefully enough that we can head over to the shopping district and get some supplies. So we're going to do just that. Okay, we are at the shopping district now. I can never find anything. Where is the redstone shop now then? Wool, no. Scaffolding, no. Fire chargers, obsidian. Don't cribs. Quartz, gravel. You know, no, this is not it. Books. Wood shop. Bone shop. Ooh, this one looks techy. This is probably it. Ah, yeah, here we go. Redstone. Okay, so this is when the shop is so technical that you can watertight. Okay, so 1 diamond for each. 1 diamond for 16. 1 diamond for 16 of those. 1 diamond for 16 of that. We might be better off just buying the hoppers, honestly. We have a ton of wood. You know what we're going to do? We're going to put down our shulker box, and we're going to buy at least what we need. We're probably going to need... How? There you go. Ah. Oh. Yeah, it was like that when I came here. Well, shit. Well, that is a bit of a disappointment, but I guess that just means that we have to craft everything ourselves. I have to say, though, I love the shop. Honestly, not entirely. This is sort of my problem, is that I'm having trouble keeping up with everything. I have to say, and I mean this nicely towards everyone else, but this here is by far the absolute coolest shop on the server. I love the redstone shop. It is very, very good looking. Very, very good looking shop. But I mean, I guess that means we need to get iron. Abandoned mines. Yoink. I have to say though, in terms of like aesthetic choices, this is definitely one of the cool ones as well. I reckon there's a barrel iron around here. I am a terrible server mate because I don't know who owns anything. Quartz, 3 diamonds per stack. Okay. Plop, plop, plop. There you go. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. And we'll put all... That's not how you do that. And we'll put all our supplies into the shulker box. And that is it, I think. I don't think we need anything more. So right, with that taken care of, let us get back to our base and start working on getting the redstone up and running. Well, okay then, and just like that, we are pretty much done and dusted with the storage system. The only thing that remains is the input thing, which I haven't done yet because I don't know exactly where I'm going to put it. So I'm probably going to just make some sort of temporary deposit, like here or something, until I figure that out, because I don't want to do a lot of work for something I'm going to move in like a day or two. But yeah, that is pretty much it. And as you can see, we've put in the various item filters. So stone, cobblestone, deep slate, dirt, clay, sand, gravel, andesite, granite, diorite. You know, the usual suspects that you're going to be using. And we've put down a little overflow here that goes pretty high. So we should now have plenty of bulk storage for the blocks that we are going to be gathering as we work outside. And if we go outside, apologies if my voice is a little rough. If we go outside, we can see that while we are well underway, we definitely have a lot of work to do, because we are still very, very far away from the ancient city, which is all the way down at the bottom, and that is where we need to get. Which leaves us at a little bit of an awkward spot, because so far, having looked at this in the rough cut, I'm already pretty full on footage. So this is where we're going to have to end it. And we're going to be back with a lot shorter wait than last time. Apologies for taking ages to put this episode out, but there's been a lot of work to be done, and also I've been extremely busy. But we're going to have to pick this up in the next episode, where we're going to be digging all the way down and getting started on the mega build that you saw earlier in the video. But until then, thank you very, very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye-bye!